Hello guys, and welcome to a video from the Stonk Dad. I am the Stonk Dad, aka Lips on Discord or on Twitter. You may know me just as the Stonk Dad. Hey guys, I am super excited to come with you on this little journey that I like to share a very awesome tool with you guys today. I've been having lots of inquiries about this tool that I've been using in my trades to find my levels. You guys, this is like one of my all-time favorite tools that I've been using the last couple weeks. It's only been out about 3 weeks, I think, but it's been one of the most effective tools that I've been able to use in my trading, and hopefully it keeps going on this run that it's been having. Of course, there's nothing that's ever perfect in trading, but I would like to share this with you guys, and I kind of want to keep it short as well so I don't bore you, but hopefully I can explain it well. I can show you how this tool has helped me. I can do some real-time examples for you so you guys can understand what I'm talking about, whether it's on my tweets, in the Discord channel, or wherever else you may find me. So let's get right into it. I can explain it a little bit. All right, guys, so this is just market net flow. This isn't what we're going to be talking about today. Actually, we're going to be talking about this down here, the 0DT GEX levels, gamma exposure levels. These have been freaking amazing. I've been able to plot my support and resistance levels that I think that they will get to, and I'll kind of explain what these lines mean, as well as the bars here. So I'm not going to bore you guys with the nitty gritty about what gamma exposure is, what delta neutral is, what deltas are, what gamma is, all the Greeks. But I'm going to show you how I use this tool and how you can use it as well. And if you want to follow along with me during this video and on Discord, you can just hit me up in the comments or Twitter, wherever you guys know me from. Okay, so let's go through some real-time examples, because I feel like that's going to be the best way to explain this. So let's just pull up today's price action. So this is from today. Okay, so I already have the gamma exposure levels for today plotted, and you can see that they hit pretty well, but I'm going to be going through my mindset and what I thought while I was looking at this chart from earlier. So right at morning, you can see, I'm going to have to flip in and out of this, so I may stop, but you can see right at market open. So at 6:30 is when the market opens for me on Pacific time. So 6:30 is when the market opens. I usually like to check market net flow and these gamma exposure levels and kind of make a decision within the first 30 minutes of market, what I think it may do. So right off the bat, 6:34, I posted the 0DT gamma exposure levels. I could see that the 413 level as well as the 415 level started off very strong into the negative range. Now, what negative gamma exposure does is it usually draws the price of the stock towards those levels. Now, it doesn't happen all the time, but that's where it kind of gets confusing, and I'll kind of explain throughout the day how I read this chart, and you can utilize how I read this in different days. Obviously, it's easier to talk about it as it happened, but I've been doing this consistently since this tool came out, and I don't think it's missed one time a level. So take that with a grain of salt as well. Don't trust it too much because I'm still learning. I'm still learning about it as well. Okay, so right at morning, I saw 5 minutes after open, these levels came up. So right off the bat, I'm like, okay, those are pretty big levels 4 minutes into market. So dealers will have to hedge and push the price towards those levels because they're negative gamma. Okay, so let's move on a little bit further in time. I saw that, so I coincide those levels with market net flow. So I saw that market net flow was starting to get a little bit bullish. Let's see here. Did I say anything? Yeah, 413 and 415 on SPY were the highest gamma exposure levels. So if we flip back to the chart, this is from today. This is the price. So we started about, let's see, we started at like 412 412.50-ish is kind of where, oh, it's kind of hard for you guys to see this here. There we go. So we kind of started at 412. This is 412 right here, 412.50-ish range. Actually, this yellow line is 412. So we started around the 412.50 range right in the middle. And I could see that there was negative gamma towards the 413 and 415 level. So let's move on and I can show you exactly what happened here. So 413 and 415 were still pretty negative towards 15 minutes after market open. But then I saw these green bars pop up, which those are positive gamma. So ideally, those are support and resistance levels, the positive ones. So price was above this 412 level. So at first glance, I was like, okay, 412 is a pretty good support level. As long as price stays above 412, I think it'll reach 413 and possibly 415 for today. So as long as these stay about the same, stay negative, and then these stay positive, that was my bias as time went on. So let's move on. This is only 15 minutes after market open, so 6:45 a.m. I could see that the 415 was very, very negative. So at 7:10, let's see where price was at the time. At 7:10 a.m. 7:10 a.m. So 7:10 a.m. So it just barely tapped 413. So notice that 7:10 a.m. it hit 413 like on the dot, and then you could see what gamma exposure did. You could see that it started to go neutral. So let me go back to the Discord there. So it hit 413. So it was pretty negative. So as price got closer to that, the gamma exposure started to go a little bit more neutral. Okay, so here's 413. So this is at 722. So it got very, very negative at that point. Let's see what happened. 722. So this is about right here. So it got negative again, very, very negative. So once we had this little dip, about 10 minutes after it hit 413, that was a good entry for calls right there. You could see that as gamma exposure got more negative, dealers had to hedge those and push the price back up. So let's move on. Okay, so I have a nice chart here. So you can see here that the gamma exposure was still very, very negative, but we were above that at this time. See 7:45 a.m. and posted this at 7:44. So in my mind, I'm already thinking, okay, 413 was blown through. That acted as the magnet. So as long as 413 holds today, it is almost certain going to hit 415. That is exactly what happened in my head when I saw this. So let's see what happens to price as we saw this gamma exposure level play out. So let's see what happened during price action around this time. So this is 809. Let's go to 809. So 809. Oh, look at what happened here to price action. So this was 809. So we were still above this 413 level. This yellow line here is 413. You can see we broke above it, but we immediately came back down and tested it at about 8:35 a.m. It almost bounced perfectly, like to the penny on 413. So as long as price held that level, we were going straight to 415. That was exactly my mindset. See, I have a little bit of my thought process during this time. 413 should hold. If not, 412 it is, because that would be the next gamma exposure level. But we had this level to hold, and as well as the EMAs. We've been bouncing along those EMAs all day. So here's where I immediately knew that we were going to go up, because all these were super negative. Those act as magnets, guys. So as long as price stays above a certain level, and these are super negative, you're going to have a pretty nice day. Now, it doesn't always happen like this when they're all bunched up together, but you always look for the largest one first. And if that level's broken, go on to the next one. So this 413, we were above, and we were like hovering around 414, so 415 was the next one. And here at 1017 is where I let everyone know. 414 retest, 414 is very negative, so you could see that the bar was going down and down and down. I said, here's your entry if you think 415 will hit at 1017. So since 415 was pretty negative, it was down there. 414 was larger, but it was large enough to allow support to be there, and then bounce back up to 415 since we were above that price already. So here's the chart, what it kind of looked like at 1017. So look how large 414 is compared to 415. And that's exactly what happened. It broke above 414. It was still negative. It acted as a magnet, and then once it retested it, it moved right after that back to 415. I'll show you exactly what happened there at that time, 1017. So this is 1017. So this is the candle 1017 where we got this large red one. And then the very next candle was green back above the level. And that's where I said, during this candle is where I said, here's your entry if you think 415 is gonna hit because of those gamma exposure levels. And what do you know? It happened 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40 minutes after we said that, after we hit or retested that 414 level, and we literally tapped 415 on the dot. And it happened pretty quick, so you have to be on your toes when those 0 DTE contracts, gamma exposures hit. Now that might be a lot for you guys to kind of understand what happened throughout that day. And I feel like I didn't do that great of a job explaining it. So the best way for you guys to learn how to do this is literally just practice it every single day. Look at the chart, see what's working, see what's not working. It's the only way you guys can really learn how to use this tool. You can also come learn with me. I'm looking at this chart, and as you saw, you saw that I talk about it all during the day in Discord. It's different every single day. It's not going to be as easy as it was, but these levels do work, guys. If you know where the price is relative to these negative or positive gamma exposure levels, you will succeed, and you will be able to stay out of bad trades, and you'll get better trades just by looking at this amazing tool that TradyTix has. I hope you guys enjoyed that video. If you have more questions, there might be a couple more questions that you guys have. Please feel free to let me know. I'm not the best video person. I suck at making videos. I kind of hate showing my face and being in front of a camera. I get kind of nervous, and I just suck at talking in general. I'm a much better writer. But I hope you guys enjoyed that video. Please like and subscribe as usual, and I will see y'all in the next one.